preparing to live stream the meeting.
Okay.
Cool.
Are we actually live?
Almost. We should be soon.
It says live on YouTube at the top.
Oh, nice.
Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Awesome.
I have no idea how to get out of this background, I must tell you. It's okay. I could change it.
There. Oh, here we go.
Change that.
Yeah,
right,
we are
let's
live.
just change that. All right, cool. Okay. Ooh, it sounds weird.
Cool. There we go. Now that's cool.
Okay. So you want to do a healer its own?
Yeah, in just one sec.
Okay, let me know.
I want to go to, yeah, this one. All right. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, Dave, are we going to stay at the hotel tonight?
Yeah, right?
All right, so I'm going to move that a little bit to and try to move this on over so that I can keep chat. Awesome. There we go. Wonderful. It almost says that one person is watching now, so that makes me a little nervous, but I imagine that they're finding it.
That'll be good.
All right, so if you want to play a little, hey, yeah, actually, do you want to?
You're muted. Unmute. There you go.
Shabbat Shalom. You know, it's usually everyone's fantasy to be able to mute their rabbi, so, you know, you've gotten your wish. No, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's wonderful to be here today, here in my home in West Mount Airy. And, Dave, where are you leading us from today?
Cheltenham. I wish I could say it's Jerusalem. Obviously, that's the background, but it's actually Cheltenham.
Like you're in Cheltenham, Shel Zahav.
That's it.
Yeah. And So I'm hoping that everyone has found us on the Or Hadash YouTube channel, and I don't know why I'm saying this on the live stream, because if they're not seeing,
You're listening, they're here, yeah.
But here we are on the Or Hadash Synagogue YouTube channel, and throughout the service tonight, at our family service,
Let's just see what my actual
our
house.
hope that oh, wonderful, Shabbat Shalom, Susan from Venice, California. It's
Cool.
great to be here with you tonight. That as you enter, you'll write in the chat who you are and say some words of welcome and where you're zooming or where you're logging in tonight from. And then at different points in the service, we'll ask questions and have conversation through the chat. And we welcome you here. The Siddur that at least I'm going to be leading from tonight is Siddur Kol HaNoar, which is our youth prayer book. And unfortunately, it is not one that we have been able to have made available to us in PDF this year.
Too bad.
But I will do my best to either use to either when we lead songs, we're going to lead songs with a lot of yalalais and a lot of words that many of us know, or to hold up the page of our Siddur so that we can all follow along together. And together from our home to yours, from our dining room, we have been able to have made available to us in PDF this year.
Too bad.
Somehow, but I will do my best to either use to either when we lead songs, we're going to lead songs with a lot of yalalais,
yeah, maybe.
a lot of words that many of us
I'm here.
know, or to hold up the page of our Siddur so that we can all follow along together. And together from our home to yours, from our dining room, we have been able to have made available to us
having a few
in PDF this
over
year.
here.
What is it? Oh, well, I know what that is.
Somehow,
Never mind. Yeah. So there's, let me stop that.
Either use,
Am I still there?
to either when we lead songs, we're going to lead songs with a lot of yalalais,
Yeah, maybe.
a lot of words that many of us
I'm here.
know, small difficulties. Phew.
A little bit of delay there.
Yeah. So Shabbat Shalom to Jillian and to Joseph, Jillian and the Szymanskis. It's really, really great. And Jillian says in the chat, Dave is a little loud versus Rabbi Alanna, so if he can turn his amp down just a smidge, that might help the balance.
Let's see. There's no amp, but I can maybe try that.
Awesome.
Is that-
And Shabbat Shalom to Joe Bukowski and Beverly Sklover and Ethan Szymanski and the whole family, and to everyone as you're coming in tonight. It's wonderful to be here with you. So we are going to begin this evening with Ma Tovu.
Okay. So I wonder if I'm back.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to not with Ma
Hine
Tovu.
Ma Tovu. I already did Ma
We're going to
Tovu.
begin with Hine Ma Tovu.
Yeah.
Hine Ma Tovu Manayim Shevet Achim V'Achayot Gam Yachad.
I'm not sure if I'm
How
back.
good it is for us to all be together here tonight.
Okay. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu, hine ma tovu, la 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 la. Hine ma tovu, hine ma tovu, la 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 la. How's that relative volume now? Because I can't really tell.
It says it's much better, Dave. Thanks.
No problem. That's what mixtures are for.
So it is so wonderful to all be here tonight. We are going to welcome in Shabbat with the words of Lecha Dodi as we greet the Shabbat bride. And for the last verse of Lecha Dodi, we're all going to rise and face different directions because we're going to rise and face the door to each of our homes. This week is a week when there have likely been fewer knocks on your door than in weeks past. it's been an interesting week in that way, without play dates, without neighbors visiting, without grandparents coming by as they always do. Um, and so perhaps this Shabbat, as we rise for the last verse of Lecha Dodi, Boi v'Shalom Ateret Bala, that we can envision not just welcoming the Shabbat bride, but welcoming, as we hope we will in the very, very near future, guests through the doors of our homes. We will welcome them virtually for Passover Seder this coming week, but perhaps, in God willing, in a couple of weeks down the road, we will be facing our doors as our doorbells ring and knocks come at the door, to welcome each other back into our homes with open arms. And so a kavanah, an intention, as we turn to Lecha Dodi and greet the Shabbat bride. Of our homes as we sing Boi v'Shalom Ateret Bala Gam B'Simcha U'B'Tzola Hayai Tov Emunei Am Segula Boi Chala Boi Chala
V'Chododi Likrat Kala Yanadai 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 B'nei Shabbat
And as we have greeted the Shabbat bride, we feel that spirit of Shabbat. We see our lit candles. We've tasted our sweet Shabbat wine, and we enter into Mariv, our evening service, with Baruch Hu. And we bless the source of life.
As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. As we bless the source of life, so we are blessed. And the blessing gives us strength and makes our vision clear. And the blessing
we can be seated. God's Wheel, a poem by Shel Silverstein. God says to me with a kind of a smile, "Hey, how would you like to be God for a while and steer the world?" "Okay," says I, "I'll give it a try. Where do I set? How much do I get? What time is lunch? When can I quit?" "Give me back that wheel," says God. "I don't think you're quite ready yet." Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Ravi. A story about the outdoors. I've been spending a lot of time in the outdoors. I don't know about you. I think that one of the things that has been most wonderful and uplifting in my life at these times have been the moments that I have been outside, whether it's out in the Wissahickon, whether it's just in my own backyard, whether it's riding down the block with Bina on her tricycle, and now, as of today, her new balance bike. I wanted to share a story about another person who, when he got outside, it changed everything. There once was a young boy who liked to spend his time in the forest. Now, the forest could be a very beautiful and exciting place, but there was no knowing what a person would find there, because the forest could also be a place of great danger. The young boy's father was worried. He was delighted that his son was so full of adventure and curiosity, but he was also afraid that something terrible might happen to him in the forest. Finally, the father asked the son, "Why do you always go into the forest? What is it about the woods that's so wonderful? Like maybe the backyard would be good, or the front yard, or maybe down the road there's a really great climber at the end of the block." But the son got very quiet. And again, the father asked, "Why do you always go out into the woods? I mean, in the woods, there could be wild animals, there could be all kinds of dogs off leash, and we don't know, and they could chase you. You could climb a tree and fall down, and no one will see you. What is it about the woods?" And finally, the son came out of his quiet, and he said, "You want to know why I always go to the forest? I go there to find God." The father was relieved, because surely there was a way to convince his child that it was not necessary to go into the forest to find God. I mean, we all know God is everywhere. There's a little bit of God in everything. There's a spark of holiness and divinity in each of us, created B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. Surely there was somewhere other than the deepest, darkest, deepest forest to find God. "Don't you know that God is everywhere, one and the same?" the father responded. "Yes," agreed the son, "but I am not. I am different in the forest. And that is what allows me to find God." And so, as we close our eyes and open our ears for the Shema, we take a second and think about that place where we are different, where we are able to come into our fullness, where we are able to be most present, where we are able to encounter holiness and divinity and God, whether it's in the forest or wherever it is for you. And as we get really, really quiet, we cover our eyes for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. As we say, Adonai Elohechem Emet. We turn to Michamocha, our song of liberation, but it's also our song that bridges us from this Shabbat, Shabbat Hagadol, the Shabbat just before Pesach, into that holiday that is to come. Michamocha, the song at the sea, the song that our ancestors sang at the shores after having been liberated from enslavement in ancient Egypt. We learned that this song is a song of joy, a song of excitement, but also a song that we sang in a middle place, a song that we sang, or at least a song that we imagine our mythic ancestors singing as they crossed out of bondage in Egypt and into, well, they didn't really know, into freedom, but they didn't really know where, because what unfolded in front of them was a wilderness, a midbar, an uncharted territory, an unknown. But even as the big scariness of the unknown unfolded in front of them, the desert, the wilderness, the midbar of Sinai, they paused and they took a second for joy, and they took a second for excitement, and they took a second just to lift up their timbrels, their tambourines, and raise their voices in song. And so maybe in the chat, we can share tonight something that you have paused in your week for, or something that you're hoping to experience in this coming week of Pesach, that you're hoping to pause in all of this, in our social distancing, in our isolation, in our quarantining, in this moment of such a great unknown to sing joy into. And so perhaps in our chat, we can share some of those joys, some of those Michamocha moments. And as we sing Michamocha, we will see our chat fill, not with our ancient words of Torah and those words that our ancestors sang at the shores of the sea, but the words that we are singing here at the shores of our sea. Michamocha. Chat whether we officially cracked Zoom's internet lag time and appropriately sang together during that call and response point, I'd actually love feedback to know whether we've sufficiently tricked all of the...
Or we'll have to watch it later.
Yeah, we'll have to watch it later. Either that or it'll be a one-time experiment and we'll never try it again.
Yeah, right. We'll see how that goes. It might work.
And I'm loving watching all of the things coming into the chat, celebrating Bina's new balance bike, beauty and nature on our hikes, pausing to sing Mi Chamocha at the shores for our Passover Seder, pausing every day for joy during Minyan Hadash, family walks, watching my kids remembering their dances, their recital dances after weeks away from class, and the moments of kids playing so nicely together, creating a virtual Seder together with family in Israel, England, and all over the USA. All of those things that we are grateful for, and that we are sending out our we are taking a pause for those Michamocha moments, those moments when even in the midst of the crossing, as we look out into the great unknown in front of us, we can't help but stop and lift up our timbrels in song. We have another one, Bidikat Chametz, looking forward to checking for the Chametz, which of course is then followed by my favorite ritual, Biur Chametz, burning that chametz and feeling the warmth of that cleansing fire, taking away the last bits of chametz, but also granting me and us and all of us the permission to that it's enough, that we're ready for Pesach. Whether those last crumbs that we just burned are the last crumbs or just the second or third to last crumbs, it doesn't matter. Because once we've made that declaration, we're giving ourselves that warm permission to say, we're done, we're ready to go in. So I think that's going to be my Michamocha moment this week. How about you, Dave?
My Michamocha moment was being able to, I don't know, just being able to be safe at home, being able to get out and get groceries and get back and hopefully not get in, catch anything. It is challenging. I mean, I'm actually thrilled that I'm able to teach my kids from home because I'm able to, at least the kids that are willing to participate, I'm able to present lessons and grade stuff. And,
Awesome.
I'm actually thankful that I can actually work from home, that I have a job that allows me to do that. So that's a blessing.
That is a blessing.
I feel fortunate.
And it's with that blessing that becomes a little shelter of peace for all of us, a Sukkat Shalom, a temporary dwelling, perhaps like the Sukkah during Sukkot, but also like a protective blanket that is spread over us, like a shelter of peace and safe and calm and joy, like sort of calm in the eye of the storm. Hashkivenu. When we turn from this image of a shelter of peace and this idea that everything is going to be all right to a moment where we notice the time that we are that we've entered into Shabbat. And so I want to read and share on the screen a prayer from students at University Synagogue in Beth El Zedek that is in our Siddur here. and then we'll sing Vishamru together. Shabbat is a stop sign. Shabbat means to give thanks for the making of the earth, rest and being with family, peace, time to relax, love, saying blessings, kindness, and renewal. We should stop and enjoy creation. Shabbat is our stop sign. So we enter into this holy stop sign in our week with Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledoratam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledoratam berit olam.
Ve'ni u've'bnei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledoratam berit olam.
Yisheshet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledoratam berit olam.
U'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael Hashabbat Lasot et Hashabbat ledoratam berit olam.
We take a few moments for our silent Amidah, whether they are the words of a Siddur that you have in front of you, or words of poetry that you find meaningful, words of your favorite storybook, or the prayers in your own hearts. We take a few moments for silent prayer. Prayer for peace. Oseh Shalom.
Oh, say shalom. Yes.
Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Wendy, John, and Lucy, who joined us since last night. We checked in with people, and to Maura, Barbara, and Dan, and all of the Szymanskis. It's wonderful to be here, and Jules, and Ruth, and Rich Davis, and Shabbat Shalom to Diane Brody, Marianne and Joe Adler. It's so wonderful as we look here into the chat to see all of the names and blessings of all of those who are with us here tonight. And if you have come in recently, take a second to introduce yourself to everybody else in the chat, names and who's with you tonight and where you're logging in here from. It's great to be here as a community. And I wanted to take a moment to mention that, because it's this point in our service that we turn in our hearts to all of those in our Hadash community, in our families, in our neighborhoods, in all of our concentric circles of community who are in need of healing of body, healing of mind, healing of spirit. And maybe perhaps at this moment, we are all in need of a little bit of healing, whether it's physical healing or that healing of spirit. We are all living into very different routines right now. And whether it is a welcome change or an unwelcome change or somewhere in between, it's a change. And with change comes that unsettling feeling. With the unknown comes that unsettling feeling. And so I want to welcome us maybe to not only think of people outside of ourselves, but maybe a little bit offer this Misha Berach to ourselves too, as we are all as a community and as a whole global community, one way or another, in need of healing right now. And so as we sing our Misha Berach prayer for healing in, hi to Beverly and Philip Sklover, it's great to see you. As we offer our Misha Berach prayer in song, I want to invite people to type into the chat the names of those who they're thinking of tonight for healing. So that we can all as one community come together, saying those names, noticing those people, and bringing everyone all together into our hearts, near and far, all across our spaces and places, as we come together as one. And I'm going to read the list of folks that I have here, and as well, you will add to that list through our chat. We're thinking tonight especially of Roberta Archibald, Arden Bell, Jillian Eve Bach, Rabbi Deborah Bowen, Sarah Sarulnik, Bill Conrad, Robin Kupo, Francesca Dever, Eric Gershman, Jonathan Giannini, George Glansberg, Gail Glansberg, Hal Goodman, Amy Gross, Sheila Guthrie, Alberta Hall, Cordula Hamish, Chava Hurley, Michelle Kalish, Sharon Cass, Fran Kaufman, Elsie Lieberstein, Len McEwen, Robert Mueller, William Mueller, Anthony Nero, Lisa Nicholson, Mike Oswald, Stan Pollock, Abby Rosenberg, Mike Rosenberg, Shelley Sanders, Willie Schneer, Bertha Schwartz, Tricia Slater, Marianne and Joe Adler, Doug Proudman, Maria Prince, Caleb Prince, Dorothy and Debbie, Itzik Mandelbrod, Eric Griffin Shelley, Eric and Ellen Gidberg. And we keep those names coming as we sing our Misha Berach.
And John Prine and Tom Rush and all the other people out there who are suffering from coronavirus. Also all this difficulty. Oops. I'm muted. Am I muted? I'm muted. That's better. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us bracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We add to our list Eric and Ellen Goldberg, Mike Weissman, and Catherine Clark Weldon, and Jonathan Loeb, and all of those in our homes, in our hearts, in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our state, and our country, and our world who are in need of healing. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
And as we turn towards the end of our service, we rise for Aleinu. And Aleinu, that word, that first word of the blessing, Aleinu means it is on us, or it is up to us. And at the end of this prayer, Bayom Hahu Yehiyeh Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad, that on that day, the one with many names shall be one, and God's name shall be one. This prayer for unity, this prayer for a time when all things will come together, all things divided will merge, in the words of poet Judy Chicago. A time when we will come together as all of humanity and all of the animals and all of creation and all things past and present and future, right? In harmony. But it doesn't start that way. It doesn't start in harmony. It doesn't start with a call to a collective. It says Aleinu. It's on us. It's on each individual person to make the change and do the thing, to be the cog in the machine, to play the part that they can play in building that Bayom Hahu, in building that day that will come, that day of unity. And I've been thinking a lot about this prayer, Aleinu, because I've been hearing from all kinds of people this phrase, we're all in it together. And when I think of we're all in it together, I don't think of lots and lots of people all getting up and doing the same thing together, because we're all in it together means we all each play our own part. Each of us, Aleinu, it's on us. It's on us to do that thing. It's on us to leave a chalk drawing out front of our neighbor's house to brighten their day when they leave for a little fresh air on their front porch. It's on us to deliver groceries for a neighbor. It's on us to reach out to a neighbor to ask if they can pick up groceries for us if it's not something that's safe for us to do ourselves. It's on us to practice social distancing. It's on us to help our neighbors to weed their gardens when we know they're not feeling well and that's not something that they're up for doing. It's on us to protect ourselves and our loved ones so that all of our medical professionals and first responders and folks who work in essential jobs in our community can go out and do their jobs safely. It's on us to do all kinds of things, to sew masks, to donate masks, to not hoard, to make sure that we're being responsible citizens of our cities and also of our planet. And it doesn't start with Bayom Hahu, and it doesn't end with the individual. It starts with each of us. And it ends with this vision that can only happen when each of us does that one thing, that thing that we are able to do. Young or old, whether you're, 2 or 102. And that is that thing that brings that Yom, where Adonai Echad, Ushmo Echad. So with that kavanah, that intention, we rise together for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula le'otzer b'reishit, shenatan lanu Torah emet, b'chaye olam nata b'tocheinu, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, bayom Shema U'Shemo Echad. We can be seated. We turn in our hearts and in our sidurim that we may have in front of us to Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. And I'll read the list of yortzites that I have here in front of me, but I want to invite you also to add names of anyone who you're thinking of at this time and saying Kaddish for, who have passed away in recent days or weeks, in the last month, perhaps in the last 11 months, or who you're thinking of on the anniversary of their passing, or just maybe a little more acutely, especially as we get ready to approach Passover this year. Next week on Wednesday night and Thursday night, the two Seders. Passover is always a time, at least for me, when folks come into my heart and my memory. And so please share liberally everyone that you're thinking of, and saying yortzeit, saying Kaddish for tonight in our chat. And this week at Or Hadash, we are remembering Ellen Gray Whipple, sister of Debbie Lamb, Steve Mandel, brother-in-law of Peggy Mandel, Joseph Elfman, brother of Betty Kahn, Ethel Reisman Cutler, mother of Sandy Lewis, Nathan Davis, father of Rich Davis, Barbara Harrison, sister of Sharon Apple, Walter Love, uncle of Scott Love, Samuel Ringel, father of Manny Ringel, Edwin Starr, father of Stephen Starr, Margaret Lamb, mother of Debbie Lamb, Rosalind Ringel, mother of Manny Ringel, and Warren Brody, father of Diana Brody, and that we are in the final week of Shloshim for Herbert Miles Bell, father of Barry Bell, father-in-law of Carol Ann Mueller Bell, and grandfather of Alyssa Bell. And also all of those who have died of COVID-19 and Adam Schlesinger. Mourners and those observing a yortzeit, I want to invite you to rise at this time, along with all of those whose tradition it is to rise for mourners Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemeh Rabba, ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach leolam u'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata d'amiran le'alma v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Osei shalom b'mromav. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Shabbat Shalom. So this is the point in our service when we would give some announcements, and I would recite my birthday poem. But tonight we have a very, very, very special birthday poem. Some of you may have seen it on social media already, but we have a late-breaking birthday poem from Rabbi Josh. And so it is my pleasure to offer this very, very special guest rhyming poem and birthday poem, and to say happy birthday to all of these awesome members of the Or Hadash community. And if there are others, you can put your name in the chat if your birthday is in the month of April. We have a tradition at Or Hadash of celebrating all of our birthdays during our first Friday three-part harmony service. So if you are a newcomer to Or Hadash tonight, please let us know if it's your birthday so that we can join in the singing for you. So happy birthday this month to Jeff Chevitt, Meredith Harper, Janice Trope-Enter, Susan Driver, Dan Weissman, and Susan and Dan's birthdays are today, by the way. Tomorrow to Tyler Horn and Dan Schwartz. On Sunday to Ariana Harper. And later in the month, and on Monday to Zach Rothman. And later on this month to Peter Jacobson, Ann Davis, Giuseppe DeSimone, Bonnie Ritterman, Max Weissman, Adina and Naomi Gewurtzman, Jay Cohen, Irvin Sankey, Arlene Burns, Emily Marmion, Josh Ross, Diane Goldstein, Brandy Wasilowski, Jeff Alper, Stephen Burns, Danielle Amata, Hunter Harris, Jules Mermelstein, Suzanne Castor, Jackie Steinberg, Jacob Fields, Steffi Love, and Deb Schaefer. Happy birthday to all of you.
I got to do one.
And
Oh, go ahead.
without further ado.
Oh, wait, one thing. One more.
What?
My daughter Brianna. Today's her
Your
birthday.
what?
My daughter Brianna.
Oh, and Brianna. It's
Today is her
Brianna's
birthday.
this month.
It's her birthday today.
Oh, today. Happy
Yes.
birthday. So without
Happy
further
birthday,
ado.
Brianna.
April, I'll say it's been a trip, now in COVID-19's grip. Many plans have been upended. All the schools have been suspended. Most stuff canceled, work from home. Outside you can't freely roam. All of us with great persistence must maintain our social distance. Or must we, while it's plain as day that we should stay 6 feet away? I, for one, am really hopeful. There's lots of ways that we can be social. Snapchat, Instagram, and Zoom, recording TikToks in your room, WhatsApp groups and Google Hangouts, all the Facebook posts that you can bang out. Texting, Skyping, or sigh and groan, even picking up the phone. So I hope no one is too dejected. There's a lot of ways to be connected. From the comfort of your home, you can let them know that they're not alone. And you can celebrate as well birthday folk from where they dwell. Keep friends away, no disrespect. Order them a cake through Fresh Direct. Have some yummy birthday treats sent to your home by Uber Eats. Have everyone sing to you by Zoom before you eat your cake in the dining room. Blow out the candle and make a wish to inspire us, like eradicating the coronavirus. But until then, we'll do okay. For those in harm's way, we will pray, and still celebrating all the good things that having April birthdays bring. Yom Huledet Sameach from Rabbi Josh, and all of us here at Or Hadash.
Hayom Yom Huledet, Hayom Yom Huledet, Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Hayom Yom Huledet, Hayom Yom Huledet, Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Hag Sameach Hazer leporeach, Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Hag Sameach Hazer leporeach, Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Hayom Yom Huledet, Hayom Yom Huledet, Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim.
Yom Huledet Sameach, happy birthday to everyone. And we will end together with Hamotzi, with our blessing over the challah. And I need a helper. Bina. Hey, Miss Bina, would you like to help me with the challah? With the challah? We're going to go grab our challah. So you should go grab yours too, wherever you are at your home. Go over to the other room and grab your challahs, and we'll join right back here for Hamotzi. We'll be right back. Hey.
I was watching Daniel Typo.
Oh, Bina would like to let us know that Bina, who made these challahs today?
Me and Aunt Michelle.
You and Aunt Michelle made these challahs.
This is all two.
Here, stand up. Ooh.
This is all two.
Yeah, do you want to hold the big one or the little one?
I want to hold the big one.
Oh, okay. You're going to hold the big one. I'm going to hold the little one. All right. Here we go. Let's hold them together. Ha-motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for what? For bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Mochi lehem. Oh.
B'tei avon. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And let's
I got mine.
close out together on a little, the same way we came in with a little Kiva Moed.
I
You got it. Hold on a second.
A little Kiva Moed and Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
You
It's
got
been
it.
wonderful to see everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And a big shout out and thank you to Dave Levinson, who is co-leading this First Friday and every First Friday from Or Hadash, and for the next couple First Fridays from our own houses. It's been awesome experimenting and adventuring with you through this Shabbat service.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it came out. I think it'll be okay. We'll see.
And you guys can let us know in the chat also, or in person by text or phone. Let us know. So Shabbat continues tomorrow morning at Or Hadash with a Torah study starting at 9 o'clock by Zoom, and followed by our Shabbat morning service also on the same Zoom link. So feel free to join for Torah study at 9, service starting at 10, or the whole shebang. Saturday night, Maura Barbara is hosting a congregational Havdalah and happy hour to hang out and schmooze, have a little Havdalah. It's a late night Havdalah. I think it starts at 9 p.m. So BYO beverage and zoom in for a little Havdalah. And then Sunday morning and every morning but Shabbat, we hope to see you at Minyan Hadash to check in and greet the day together in community. From all of us here at Or Hadash, and all of us in all of our homes, from our home to your home. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.